Okay, in this part, we are concerned about the quality of the X-ray image that we are going to obtain. Two factors we are concerned with. The first one is the sharpness, and the second is the contrast. So we are meant to get good sharpness and also an acceptable or good contrast for the obtained image. Okay, we need to know what is officially the definition of the sharpness. So what is sharpness? Sharpness is concerned with the ease with which the edges of a structure can be determined. Okay, the ease. What do we mean by this? That is how sharp, it's clear how sharp the image or how the edges of an organ are clearly defined and distinguishable. We can recognize them. We can recognize organs clearly and easily. Okay. And the second, the quality, is the quality of contrast. In contrast, we are concerned with the degree of blackening of the image. Okay, we are concerned to get different degree of blackening in order to differentiate organs. I can show you an example here. Let's take a look at this image. Okay, now you notice here that we have some parts, some organs like lungs, for example, are the degree of blackening of lungs is more than that of the heart, for example. You see, this is what we mean by sharpness, that the edges or the limits of the heart are clear, and the degree of blackening is also clear, that the heart has a lower degree of blackening than those of lungs. Also, we have lower degree for blood vessels and arteries, blood veins and arteries. Okay, so the point is that we can distinguish organs in the obtained image, also the diaphragm, the different organs. We notice here that the bones in X-ray images are mainly white. Why? Because we know that bones absorb X-ray the most, or X-rays are highly attenuated while penetrating through bones. They will be highly absorbed or attenuated. Okay, let's remove this. Okay, now regarding the sharpness or the contrast, sharpness, sorry, how can we make it better? Yes, ways to improve the sharpness. We can mention three factors here upon which sharpness depends. First, we have the area of the target anode. The area. Notice with me that when I use an anode here, which is tungsten as we know, this anode here has a larger area than this one here. The result is that I got a partial shadow, which is the undesirable one. We don't need this shadow. This shadow reduces the sharpness of the image. Okay, this shadow, or what is called the penumbra. Okay, we need this penumbra region to be as small as possible. For this reason, as you see, it is better to use an anode with a smaller area, so that the penumbra area or the penumbra part will be smaller. and therefore the image will be sharper. The second part, or the second way to improve sharpness, number 2, is by controlling the size of the aperture. The size of the aperture produced by overlapping metal plates. These metal plates are movable. I can push them inward or outward in every way, up and down, left and right, okay, so that I control the aperture out of which X-ray is going out or is passing. Okay. Number 3. You remember what I told you about the soft X-ray or the scattered X-ray. The soft X-ray, we finished, we solved its problem. I told you by fitting an aluminum plate at the window here, okay, so that it will absorb the soft X-ray beam. Here I have another problem arises here, which is the problem of the scattered X-rays. This represents the bone of the body. We notice that some of X-rays will diffract or will be scattered in different directions as they are hitting the bone or the organ. We need a mean to eliminate or to get rid of these scattered X-ray, because they will contribute with the formation of the image, and they will reduce the sharpness of the image. So in order to get rid of them, we fit this piece of lead, we fit between, as you see, between, this is the patient and this is the film, okay, we fit this grid, which is mostly made of lead. This lead will absorb the scattered X-ray, and it will filter them so that only directed X-ray will pass, so that the image, a sharper image, will be formed. Okay. Still, the contrast. How do we improve the contrast? So this part here is related to improvement of contrast. In order to improve the contrast, it says here, for example, the stomach may be examined by giving the patient a drink that will interact with the formed image, so that it gives a clear and good contrast image. So we can help the patient by handling him a drink. This drink may contain barium sulfate, which will contribute in the formation of a better contrast image. And also we can inject the blood vessels with some medium, which is an X-ray, strongly absorbs the X-ray. We can inject the blood vessels with some medium in order to absorb the X-ray. So by these two means we can improve the contrast. So the contrast of the image produced on the photographic film is affected by these two factors, as well as by a third factor, which is the exposure time. Okay. Therefore, contrast can be improved by injecting blood vessels with a medium that absorbs the X-ray, handling the patient a drink containing barium sulfate, or by by modifying, making it longer or shorter exposure time. Okay. Finally, contrast may be improved by baking the photographic film with fluorescent materials, which are special chemicals used in order to prepare the image to be as clear as possible. So these are the two factors that affecting the quality of the X-ray image. Again, they are the sharpness and the contrast, and we show how to improve each one of them.